Hello everyone and welcome to the second video of AI Agent series. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can select your best LLM for your AI agent. In this video, we'll be talking about 4 different kind of strategies for choosing the best LLM. So let's dive straight into it. So first of all, we'll be opening our Collab notebook in which we'll be doing all the coding work. So I'll just search on Google Collab. I'll open it up. So here you can create a new notebook and from here you can explore your previous notebooks. So let's say I will open this one, which will be having the LLM codes, how you can connect to different LLMs, how you can use their APIs, and how you can get your request from them. So first of all, we'll be again installing our Pydantic AI library, which we use to create the AI agents. So I'll just run this cell. And from the second cell, I'll be importing the user data from my notebooks. So if you remember, on the left, you have a secrets tab. In this secrets tab, you can import all of your API keys. And then in the notebook, you can use them so that your API key is never exposed. So here I'll be importing from Google Colab, import user data. According to the example given by the Google Colab, from Pydantic AI, I will be importing agent and OS to import all of our API keys into the Python environment. We'll be seeing later how this OS is used. So I'll just run this cell. So first of all, we'll be exploring the different free LLM options that are there along with the paid options and what are their usage limits, how much do they charge. So if you just go to Google and just search free LLM resources, here you will get a GitHub repository which is having a nice list. You can explore other sites also, but this I find useful. This has all the list of different providers of LLM, which gives you free credits that you can use. So first of all, it's Open Router. So let's open this site. Here you see the limits. These are 20 requests per minute, 50 requests per day, and up to 1000 requests per day with $10 lifetime top up. So if you do a top up of $10, you will get 1000 requests per day. But in the free tier, only 50 requests per day are there. So if we go to Open Router, here I have already logged in, but you can also just sign in with your Google account. Then the same thing is there in all of these LLM providers. You just need to go to their keys section. You need to generate a key. Then you can go to their model section. What kind of models do they provide? Then you can use those model names in your Google Colab along with the API keys. So let's say if I go here and go to keys, here I have already created some test keys, but you can create your own, create API key. You just need to give your name. Let's say I give test run. Credit limit you can leave as blank, and all of these you can keep as same. Then you can click on create and you will get your API key, which you can just copy from here. And then you can paste it in here. Like in Google Colab, you can make it a separate secret key. You can give it a name OR key, which is open router key, and value you can give whatever you copied there from. And then you can hide it so it is not exposed whenever you share this notebook or upload it anywhere. Then if I go to the model section here, I will see all the list of the models that Open Router API key can connect to. Here I will just search for free models. Yeah. So now here you see all kind of free models that are provided, but there is a limit on these free models that you can only give 50 requests per day. Okay. So here you will see different terms. Let's say this is 83 billion tokens. This means like this week, how much this model has been used. One token is like a simplest unit of word. So this week, 83 billion tokens have been requested from this model. So that will show you like which model is most popular this week. So this is the context window. So if this is high, then the model can read long range of data. Let's say a book, or one model is reading a book, one model is reading just a document, or one model is reading just your user request. So if you want, like, let's say if you want to build a model that can read through an entire book or read through your entire articles, then you need the context window to be higher so that the model can read through a long range of data. This is just the pricing. So as we have searched for free, so all of these are 0. per million tokens. And if you will open it up, you will see like all kind of what is the provider of this model, what is the throughput rate, means how much request it can give. Latency, this is an important thing. So you want the latency to be low. So if the latency is low, the model will provide the request faster. So let's say if you are building a model for user facing tasks, let's say a customer support task, you don't want your user to be facing a screen for like 5 or 10 seconds. You want the responses fast. So that's why the latency of the model should be low in those cases. Then again, this is some kind of latency again. Then you will see all the apps that are using this model. So all these AI apps are usually providing all of these LLMs again. So here you will see the recent activity. So in recent times, it is used very much. Then uptime status, like if there is some error in the LLM, it is down due to too many requests, then this uptime, this will go down. And all of these things and some example code, how you can use this LLM to make requests. So here we will be having all these models. I will just pick one of these models in my Google Colab. So this is the first option. So I will just first explore all of these options and then I will show you how to use them. So the second option, which will go, so here there is the list of all the models that is OpenRouter is providing as free. Second option is Google AI Studio, which we have used in the first video also. If you open this up, again, this will be requiring your Google sign in. And again, here you will go to get API key to generate the API key. Once you generate it, you can use any of the Google Gemini models using this API key. Again, here you will see what are the different models that this Google is providing and how much is the model limits. So here you will see like Gemini Pro, each day you can request 3 million tokens from this model. Per minute you can do this much, per day you do 50 requests. Then if you go lower by lower like Flash and Flashlight models, these are some lighter LLMs. So from these LLMs you can do more requests, let's say 250 requests or 1000 requests per day. So here again we will be using some light LLM, but when you will deploy your apps or you're using it in production, you can switch to the higher models, which are actually customer facing, let's say. So this is the second option of Google AI Studio. Again, you can go to get API key. You can create your API key. All the steps are similar. Then you can paste it in this Google Colab, let's say Gemini key, and you can paste the value here. So then later on, you will see all more other options also. Like I have explored some of these. The most useful I have found are this Cerebras. Again, if we go to this site, you will see an option to create an account and get the API key. Again, I have created an account here. And in the APIs key section, I have already generated an API key. I will just copy this API key here and I will paste it as a Seri key as the value. And then again, like here, you can go to the playground section to make your own request, or you can go to the documentation, how much pricing it has, how much is the rate limits and all. But already here, like it is mentioned with different models, what are the model limits. So again, this is a free option having some limits. Let's say per day there is 40,000 requests. This is very good. Like on a usual task, on a basic project, that's how much you will need. So this is the third option. Fourth option I will be talking about is Grok. So Grok also has some model limits. Again, it is the same interface. If you go to this site, again, you need to log in, go to API keys, generate an API key, copy the API key, go to the Google Colab and make it as a separate key value pair. You can give any name to it and value. So again, in this one, there are different models that are available, each having its own limits. So here we will be exploring all of these four different models with these four, how much the result is varying and how you can select basis your requirements. So I have imported the Google Colab user data and now here I am providing those API key parameters to my Python environment. To access my Python environment, I need this os.environment. So in this os.environment, I am adding two things. One is my model name. which model I'll be using. So from Open Router, I am using this Minimax model. So if you just, you can pick any of your need. If I go to free, you can sort it by however, like what is your need. Let's say newest you want, or what is the most popular right now. Pricing, low to high pricing doesn't matter because we are picking the free models. Context window, if you want large, let's say if you want to process large amount of data, then you can sort it using this. Throughput, like if you want many requests per minute, then you can sort by this throughput. Latency, again I have explained, like if you want quick responses, then latency low to high. So you can pick any of the models here. It is also not necessary that the model will be available. Like I had shown, like its uptime could be zero, like it could be facing rate limits, which we will see here. If it is facing those rate limits, you can just switch the model here. You can just change the model name from here. API key will be same. I'll just using this user data.get OR key to get my OR key, and I'm adding it in the Python environment as this variable name. Okay. So the same thing I'm doing for the three different other options that I have. Gemini, I'm putting a model name for this Gemini. I'm using the flashlight, which is a light LLM, because I want to do many requests. So I'm not using some higher model that will uh, use all of my limits. So I'm just using a light LLM, which is higher rate limits. And I'm importing my Gemini key. Same thing I'm doing from Cerebras. I'm using a GPT model from OpenAI, and I'm importing the key here. Then from Grok, I'm using a Llama model from Meta, and the key I'm importing here. So all of these four I have imported in my Python environment. So if I need to use it further down my code, I just need to write os.environment or model. So if I want to switch the model name, I just need to switch it here. I don't need to change any of my code below. So this is a normal good practice in whatever projects you are developing, to have all of the parameters on top. Okay. So a user query, I'm just mentioning one user query, like who is a better footballer, Messi or Ronaldo? Give one answer in one line. So you can put anything. I just want to test the LLMs. What is the answer they give? Personally, I am a Messi fan. So for using Open Router and for using all of these four, you can just go to the Pydantic site. Let's say if I want to use Open Router, how do I use Open Router with Pydantic AI? I just need to search Pydantic with Open Router. Okay. So here you will get a site, Pydantic AI integration, Open Router support, or you can just go to the Pydantic AI doc. This I find more useful. Here you can search Open Router, and here you will get the code to use the Open Router. So you just need to give the model name and the Open Router key, and then you can develop a agent using that. So I'm using the same code that was provided here, OpenAI chat model, Open Router provider, then the same thing this just to define the model. Here I am giving the model name from my os.environment, and the API key I'm giving from os.environment Open Router key. Then I'm defining my agent. I'm storing my result, like I'm just giving agent not run this user query. And this await parameter is used to define the for Python that you should execute this first, and then you should execute the remaining blocks. So you just wait for the execution to finish. Then I'm storing this result in this result minimax. I'm checking the usage, that is like how many tokens is my user query consuming from this Open Router, because we have rate limits on the number of tokens also. So I want to check how much uses this simple query is taking. Then I'm also exporting the output of my model. So if I run this, I will just run this one to import my keys. I will run the user keys. Yeah, I will just grant access to all of my API keys. Then user query I will put. Then I will run this OR model. So let's see if the Minimax is up right now or not. I think it is up. Yes. So here you see the run uses input tokens are taken 37 tokens. So this each LLM has its own tokenization technique. Like from the whole sentence, it will break all of the words into simple tokens. So it is taking 37 inputs and the output is taking 330 output tokens, and I have made one request. So here he is giving like Messi is widely regarded as the more complete player, and dribbling, vision, statistically more Ballon d'Ors. Here this is wrong. He has 8. So this also shows like the model training data must be older, because Messi has 8 Ballon d'Ors. While Ronaldo is most prolific goal scorer and aerial threat, both are the best of their generation in different ways. Okay, in the end, it has given some diplomatic answer, and initially he has given like he is widely regarded as the more complete playmaker. Okay, so this is the result of Minimax model from Open Router. Let's try it using Gemini model. So again, everything I will take from this OpenAI site only. I will go to Google, and then I will just paste this code, like how to use the Google provider. And I will just, in the model name, I will give my model name, and in the API key, I will give my API key. Again, the same, the remaining code will be same. And if I run this, let's see what Google Gemini says. So again, now here it is taking 16 tokens. So here you see the same input sentence in Minimax model is taking 37 tokens, but in Google model is taking 16 tokens. So this is where like different kind of tokenization strategies come. And again, like output here is 330, but here it's only 27. You see like the sentence length is almost same, but the output tokens used by the Gemini model is 27, but by a Minimax model it's 330. So you see it is Gemini model is more optimized. Then it is also giving details like text prompt token is 16 and one request we have made. So again, the response is this is famously debated question with no single universally agreed upon answer, as both are extraordinary with different strengths and size. So this is like entirely diplomatic answer, like it is not given like who is the better player, but it's just like according to you, you can choose. So again, the third option, Cerebras. So again, in this Pydantic, I will go to Cerebras. Okay, Cerebras is inside the OpenAI tab only, because it uses the OpenAI API style only, you can say. So if I search here Cerebras, yeah. So like this, many of the different models use the OpenAI API as their base. So you can use the same OpenAI API connection code with different kind of other models also. So let's say from Cerebras, we just need to use the OpenAI chat model, but we can give the provider as the Cerebras provider. So the same thing I'm using here, OpenAI chat model. I'm giving the model name here and the API key here. Again, same request will be there, user query will be same, the same output I want. And the model as you know, we are using OpenAI GPT, so the variable name I'm giving as GPT. So the results here are both are legendary players. Which one is better depends on the personal preference. Okay, I will run it again. This was my previous result. So both Messi are extraordinary. Which one is considered ordinary depends on the personal preference. So again, this is a diplomatic answer that it is giving. So, and here the input tokens are 83. Again, like it is kind of unoptimized because it is using more tokens with the same sentence than Gemini. Output tokens are 116. So it looks better than Minimax, but still Gemini is working best in terms of the output tokens taken. So this was a third choice. The fourth choice is the Grok provider with the Meta LLM as the LLM. Meta Llama as the LLM, sorry. So this Grok, how to use, again, we go to OpenAI, we go to the Grok tab, and here again, we'll check this code, which has the model name and the API key. You just need to check the code, whichever one has the model name and API key. You can use this directly here. We are giving the model name and the API key. And again, the rest of the code is similar. Again, we will run this. This, if you notice, like this gave the result very quickly. So this is again, like if you run Open Router, let's say, yeah, here you see it is 1, 2, 3, around 3 or 5 seconds it took, but Grok provided the result very quickly. So this is also the difference of the latency between different models. So the grok result, you will see input tokens is 51. Again, this is quite optimized one. This Meta Llama LLM we were using. Output token is 36. And the result is debate is ongoing, but statistics and numerous awards suggest Lionel Messi is often considered better, having won again 7 Ballon d'Ors. He has won 8 Ballon d'Ors. Again, this is a outdated trained model, you can say, compared to Ronaldo's 5. So again, it is given some result. Okay, Lionel Messi is often considered better, but again, he is saying like the debate is ongoing. So you see, like some models gave entirely diplomatic answers. Some gave like, okay, Messi is better because he has won more Ballon d'Ors. Some said like Ronaldo is better striker, but Messi is a better playmaker. And you can compare all of those results. I'm just printing like what Minimax M2 gave, what is Google Gemini gave, what did OpenAI GPT gave, and what did Meta Llama gave. So all of those results that I had as the variables, I am just printing here. So you can compare all of the 4 outputs here, whichever one suits you best. You can choose that. Like this is just an example based on your problem. Let's say if you have some customer queries and you want the responses compared across the models, you can compare like this and then choose the whichever one is giving the result according to your preference. So we got all of these, like the results we can compare. The same outputs are there. Minimax M2 like widely considered GOAT by most metrics. Ronaldo arguably the second GOAT with elite longevity. So again, like it is kind of diplomatic. Like in some regard, Messi is better. In some regard, Ronaldo is better. It is saying. And other results like also we have seen. But yeah, you can read through all of these here. So this was all like I have provided 4 examples, but you can go to this site, you can check out other ones also. In all of those sites, the steps are same only. Like you just need to go to the site, get your API key, check which models are being provided by that provider, and then the code to integrate in your code. And then you can simply run your basic query for all of the LLMs. So this was all I had for this video, in which we covered like how you can select your LLMs basis the different parameters. You can compare different models. You can compare the results of your different models, and then you can select the best one according to your needs. So in the further videos, we will be building some projects, and in those all of those projects, like we will compare different LLMs, which one to use according to our use. So you will get a better idea how you can use them in your own tasks. So we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe if you like this video. One last thing I wanted to add just before finishing the video, I am uploading all of these codes in a GitHub repository. So if you go to GitHub, you search for Ray codes A_AI agents. I'll put a link in the description also. And here you will see the repository Ray codes_AI agents, in which I'll be uploading all of the codes that I'm showing in this video. So you can use these codes for yourself, change some things, change some parameters. Again, to use them, you will have to put your API keys in the secrets tab in Google Colab, or you can paste it in the notebook itself. So check out the repositories if you want the codes to try out yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.